All right. So we are recording this. Well, thank you again for joining us. I thought we'll go ahead and get started with a round of introductions so you all can get to know each other. And some of us are here from the State Library and from your ARC libraries. So why don't we start with that round? I'm Beth Christ, Director of Special Projects at the Maine State Library in Augusta, and I've been in my position about 3.5 years. And I'll call on Amy next.
I am Amy Cummings. I am the Interlibrary Loan Coordinator for the Maine State Library, and I handle the central part of the state. All my libraries in central Maine, and I've been doing this for 20 odd years. Don't start doing mental math about how old I am. And I will toss it to Kim.
Oh, thanks, Amy. Hi, I'm Kim Clark, and I work in library development, and my role with Van is mostly around working with dispatch and the account manager to make sure your billing is properly is accurate. So, but I've been working with van delivery for quite a few years, so I kind of know, ins and outs a little bit. So always a resource if you want to reach out.
Absolutely. Okay, Andrew.
So this is Andrew Burden up at the Fort Kent Public Library. We had a sort of a thrown together solution for interlibrary loans for a couple of years, and this is our first time working with the van delivery service directly. And I'm looking forward to seeing how it all works.
Ditto. Great, thank you. Welcome. And over to the Dorothy Fish Library.
Great. My name is Lynn Benoit, and then with me are
Bobby Spiegelman.
Bobby and
You've been there before. If you need any help,
Want to get some?
okay. If you need any help, let us know. Okay. Enjoy.
Okay.
I'm Peg Nelson.
and we are in Wells, Maine, at the Wells Reserve at Lodholm. So we have a wonderful library. We did interlibrary loan for a number of years, and then when the library system switched to Stat Courier, we like the Fort Kent Public Library threw things together, and it was pretty challenging because we have limited hours. So yeah, we're back and excited to learn about interlibrary loan again. Thank you.
Thank you. And Allie.
Hi, everyone. I'm Allie Pottinger. I'm the Interlibrary Loan Supervisor for Portland Public, which is Southern Maine. And I've been doing this for 8 years, and it's really lovely to see all of your faces. I look forward to working together.
Thanks. And Catherine.
Hi, I'm Kate Smith. I'm the director of the library here in Whitefield.
Hi.
Hi, I'm here
Very
with
good.
Kit,
How
who
about
is our
you?
interlibrary loan
Good.
coordinator, and Mary, our volunteer
So
coordinator.
there you go, Noah.
And together we kind of keep things moving here in Whitefield.
Great to meet you. Thank you. Holly.
Hi, everybody. I'm Holly Williams. I'm the head of circulation at Bangor Public. I've been here for about 3 years, but I was at the Pittsfield Library for about 18. So I see some familiar faces. Hi, Julie and Madison. So nice to see you. I'm Andrea. I know you here from Bangor, and I know just about all you other folks. Andrew, I've only talked to you on the phone, so this is exciting. I love seeing people's faces. So as the head of circulation, we also do a lot of the interlibrary loan, and a lot of you may already know the names of Gary and Charlene because they have been at this library for over 30 years. So they're really the folks who really know how to do everything, and now they have explained how to do things to me. So, but I am here to answer any questions for you.
Great, thank you. And John Knapp.
Hello, I'm John Knapp. I'm the director at Thompson Free Library here in Dover Foxcroft. I'm also on the van delivery subcommittee as the small and rural representative. I'm also the MLA Small and Rural representative and the incoming MLA vice president. And I'm also the treasurer for Balsam Libraries, which some of you are a part of as well. So I'm just here to help out if I can.
All right, thanks. And Andrea.
Hi, I'm Andrea Stark. I'm the volunteer director at the Monroe Community Library, and this is our first year on the van. And so I'm looking forward to no longer having to be the van. Although although I love it. I love getting to Bangor and seeing Holly and Gary and Charlene and everybody, Karen and all the rest. And I'm sure I'll still be there a lot.
Great. Well, welcome. Thanks. And Julie from Madison.
I am Julie Forbes. I've been head librarian here for almost 15 years, but I've been here for 26 years. And happy to say I survived another town meeting, so that's exciting. I'm here with my coworker Jane, so I'm going to turn my computer. And where are you? There I am. There you go. She has worked here almost 15 years as well.
Yeah.
And so I'm here to ask the questions because I don't have any of the answers. I've watched all of the van delivery. We need bags. Help, I'm desperate for bags. With much envy. So hopefully we learn all the secrets today.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much for doing the introductions. We do have a few others who are joining. We have 10 libraries actually joining van delivery for the first time, which is great. And thanks, John. Yes, now you too can be out of bags. So not everyone could make it at this time. So again, we are recording this and we'll give the recording to them and to you all. Also, you may want to revisit this or share it with staff, volunteers. So please feel free to do so once we get that up. I'm going to now pull up a PowerPoint we have to go through, and this will mainly be the staff from the State Library, but please, Holly, Allie, and John, jump in from your points of view if we're missing anything or you want to explain anything further or something is a little different in your ARC area or whatnot, please do jump in. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. All right. And you're seeing this, I hope?
Yes.
All right. Oops, that didn't work. I'm just trying to get it to present mode. It's not. There we go. Okay. All right. So welcome to van delivery. So this is, well, let me turn it over to Amy and Kimberly.
Okay.
Put you on the spot.
Right. The purpose is pretty obvious. You know, we're trying to share in the easiest way possible between libraries. The van definitely helps with that. I mean, it's depending on how much ILL activity you do, if you do a lot, or if you're looking to do more, the van can be really cost effective and it's great. I mean, it has its quirks, much like USPS. You know, things go astray, people put in wrong labels, um, but uh, but it's a pretty smoothly run operation for the most part on most days. Okay. Uh, okay.
Do you want me to take this or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Of course, right now we have a large vehicle going by. All right. Okay, so what is the Maine State Library's role in this? We are the contract holder with Stat Courier. And as such, we are the direct coordinator with them. And We certainly work with all of you in partnership as well as the ARCs. But that is our role. We also do all the billing. That is something that Kimberly is amazing at. Right now, also what's I guess what's missing in here is what is Maine InfoNet's role, which is they're now sort of the fiscal agent for you all in this process. So you will actually get your invoice from Maine InfoNet for this service. So we'll talk a little bit more about that later, but they're not in here. So, but they should be. So Stat's role, Stat Courier, is needing to do the actual delivery, drop off, pick up at your libraries. They should coordinate with you on that. And again, we're here to help out, but that's really their role. So they're there to also make your schedule and have your deliveries on time, that sort of thing. And we'll go over your role a little bit more. There are some responsibilities that you have, so we'll go through that as well.
All right. Do you want to put the links in the chat, Beth, for the LibGuide and that'll be handy dandy.
Well, it's hard when I'm sharing my screen.
Oh, that's
No,
true.
I can
That's
do it.
true. Yeah, great. Thank you, Kim.
Thanks, Kim.
The LibGuide is kind of our webpage for you for information on van delivery. It kind of takes you to our old webpage too, which has all the contact information you need, all the membership libraries, all their labels, so you can print them off when you need to send something to them. It also has links for the forms, like the feedback form, which you're going to get painfully familiar with, I'm sure. Also, if you have any billing questions, there are links for those as well. So, when you join Van Delivery, you're automatically, I believe, subscribed to the delivery listserv. You're going to see, if you already subscribed to MeLibs, you already see bag requests, you're going to see even more. Because this is really where you want to put your bag requests. MeLibs is fine, but really, the delivery listserv is designed exactly for that sort of thing. When you need bags, post it, goes to all the member libraries, and so we can all share. Bags come and go in waves. Somebody will have a lot, somebody will have a little, and so that's why you got to keep that need broadcast when you have it, because somebody out there is going to have a ton, and they're going to be happy to get rid of them. So let's see. And then, of course, we're a resource, the MSL staff. If you have any questions, I would say, if you have questions about if your driver's late, um, if you're wondering if any of your other libraries have run into a situation with your deliveries, you can always post questions about that on the listserv as well, but you can also reach out to us.
But you definitely want to use the feedback form
You
if it's
definitely want to
about
use
your
the
delivery with
Yeah.
Stat.
Yeah.
Stat monitors the feedback forms that
Mhm.
come in, and we see them too. And we highly recommend any issue you have with
Right.
the delivery, please put it in a feedback form so that way we can log it and we can see if there are patterns emerging. And it also lets us, go back to Stat and say, how is this situation resolving? And that. So it helps us because we're not there.
Mhm. And it also gives you answers directly from Stat, when they respond to those feedback forms. Oh, your driver had a breakdown. That's why they're late. We have another driver coming, or we're going to have to move your day just this week because we won't be able to get out there today. That's the sort of thing that you really want to, you're right, Kim, you really want to put everything into a feedback form if you've got any issue at all to report it to stat and us.
Question, yeah.
Yeah.
That's related to time frame, time range, if the driver's late, or if the driver came at an unexpected time and you weren't ready, put that in there too.
That's fine.
Because they're supposed to make sure, that, they take the totes that you have set out and that they drop off material that you have that's coming in. So
Okay.
it really has been going very smoothly for the last, so, but, don't sit on it.
Yeah.
I think you're all one-day libraries. So if there's an issue with the 1 week, if you don't say anything, it may not resolve the next week. And now you're 2 weeks where you might have a, incomplete delivery. So it never hurts to just ask stat, what happened if you didn't get materials you were expecting, or it looks like this, check your tote, make sure that what you sent out really did leave when it was supposed to. That kind of thing.
Sometimes they can, if you catch them early enough, if you report it right away, that maybe your driver missed picking up a tote that you had set out. Sometimes if they catch it fast enough, he can reroute and come back. Not always, but sometimes if you report it right away. So just an example. Okay. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Do you want to take this, Beth? Because you have more
Sure. And
Okay.
Kimberly, feel free to jump in. So the stat staff have said they've been contacting all of you about your day and a window of time. I hope that has been happening.
I was going to say, I think we should ask,
Yes,
anybody here unsure what their day is?
we have that information, but we've been letting stat at least start the conversation.
We got a notice for a day, but not a time window.
Okay.
That's coming. They're going to do a run through because they don't know when exactly on the route you're going to be. But at least if you know the day and you're open, that's great. That's a great first step.
And they should also work with you to know where the delivery will occur. For instance, maybe you want it at, maybe there's a back door or a staff entrance or something that is not the front door. And so that, you can work with stat up front. And then when your driver first arrives, you can work with your driver and say, well, it would be really more convenient if you came in this side door. Or there's a better place for you to park over here with your truck, etc. So you can definitely work with them on exactly where in your library. And sometimes if they are coming on a day or time when you're closed, they might ask for a key to your library, or perhaps you have a door code. Or maybe there's an alternate location. For instance, there are some libraries that are within their town office building. So the library might be closed, but they can have the delivery happen in the town clerk's office, who's open, 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. Or sometimes there's an outbuilding even where the deliveries take place, or sometimes even next door. Hopefully there is some option there between key, a door code, or an alternate location, if indeed your delivery will be when you're not there. And also, even if the delivery is normally when you're open, sometimes they might ask for that anyway, especially if it's at the end of the day. If they might arrive occasionally after you're closed, so that they will have that option in case the driver's running late. That way they can just be there and do that. So the timeline is, this should be happening right now. Hopefully this part of things will be getting ready to go. And then your delivery will start the week of July 1. And now this is always a little awkward because we have a holiday. So the first week is really, the first 2 weeks might be a little off because of that holiday. And what STAT will do is, for 1 day a week libraries, is they will do an alternate day of the week delivery. But again, since you're just starting out, the first 2 weeks might be a little off just because we're starting on a holiday.
So Fort Kent and Whitefield both have Friday as their delivery day. So we have July 3rd. So it may, hopefully they'll work with you with an alternate day for that holiday. And I would send a feedback form and say, do you have an alternate day for my library when it's a holiday? Just to see if they have it in place, already scheduled out.
Okay, we're open on Friday, July 3rd. So
in Webster too, but they're not on the call, I don't think.
So
it's so
and come on July 3rd.
We're closed. State holidays, the service won't run.
Got it.
So
Okay.
yeah. So unfortunately, even if you are open, they're not running that day.
Got it.
Yep.
But that's another reason to use the feedback form if you have a missed delivery or holidays coming up and you ask for that alternative day, because you are entitled to one as a 1-day library.
Yep. Normally it should be the same week, but since this is just starting up on the 1st, I imagine anyone missing delivery on the 3rd probably won't get it the week of the 1st. It will probably be the following week. Again, it's just a little awkward with the holiday timing on this. And then Amy already mentioned the email list. So I will, if you're not already signed up for that, I will get everyone signed up after this session.
Because we will send out important announcements.
Yep. And that is also the place to ask for bags. We do hope that people will use that when you need bags, and we'll talk about bags a little bit later. We're trying to move all of the bag communications to the MSL delivery list and away from MeLibs, because not everyone on MeLibs uses the van. So we're trying to get that a little more structured.
Beth, can I ask a question?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I might be getting ahead of this, but since this is our first time on the van, are the requests the same? Right now we're filling out an email form online. I mean, it's almost 1:30, so I wanted to get this in before.
Yeah, I can take this. Van delivery is not the same as ILO. It facilitates ILO, but it's not the same. So how you're requesting your ILLs stays the same. So if you were requesting through Bangor as your ARC, and Julie, you would do the same thing. You would fill out the form and I would take it and I would run with it, but you're just gonna see things start showing up in van versus mail. And I think I would say a good thing to do is, if you don't want to search out of state, I mean, and this is really for my libraries, and maybe it applies to Bangor and Portland in some way too, but let us know if you don't want to go out of state, if you only want to get stuff through van, indicate that on our form. You can put that in the comments if you're like, hey, I don't need to deal with mail at all anymore, you know.
So anything that's out of state will not be through van, will still be through postage.
That'll still be coming through regular
that's good
mail.
to know.
Yep. And you'll want to return it via mail too. But anything through van, you can return through van. You're just going to see a lot more stuff coming through van.
So anything we've gotten through the mail, up
Mhm.
until July 1st. Are we mailing those back as well?
No, actually, if you've got something and once your service starts, if you've got something coming back from a patron that belongs to Bangor, you could send it via the van.
And there'll be a list somewhere that I can access that shows me which libraries are the ones that I have to mail back to and
Yep,
which
you'll
ones
want to
aren't.
look for that LibGuide.
Okay,
Kim's got those up in the chat.
great.
So you can bookmark them.
Thank you.
Yep, and those will have the labels too. They'll have links for everybody's labels, so you'll know um, where to print it off and put it in the little label sleeve in the bag, and you're good to go. John?
Yeah, I did want to say the one caveat to that is if you are a part of Balsam, which Andrea is, and I think
Mhm.
Parker's library is also joining.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any more, but we have interlibrary loan through our Koha system, which we're going to set up to have you guys included in that. So in addition to ordering from Bangor, which I still would continue to do until we get you guys added into the Balsam setup, um, we do have inside of our consortium a lending option that will be opened up to you.
Thanks, John. So one question I have, right now, not being on the van, we track all of our ILL requests on an Excel spreadsheet. And that's how we know at the end of the year how many ILLs we've had. So far, they're all incoming, not outgoing. So how, and we're not going to be on Maine Cat for a while. So how else do people track ILLs to be able to report on the annual report once they're on the van?
Well, I think just to, because I know that you're in Balsam, anything that you handle through the Koha system, we have reports that you can run to see how many you do for a given month or for a given year. Anything that you do either through your ARC, like Bangor, well, mostly it's just going to be through your ARC, is going to be still keep track on a spreadsheet or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, but once we are bridged into MainCat, which should be this fall, we should be able to track everything through Koha, except for things that we have to have mailed in. Because every once in a while, there's something that's not in MainCat. It has to come from out of state, and then Bangor will mail it to us. So we'll have to track those separately still.
Thank you.
And Andrea, when I was in Pittsfield, that's exactly what we did. We were a Minerva library, but any of our out-of-state stuff, we still just had a spreadsheet, and then I would count that as part of my annual report every year.
Thanks.
Anybody else?
I will say tracking is a good idea. Stat does have a claim sheet, which you can claim form. So if an item does end up going missing, you can submit a claim on that, which is available through the LibGuide. You can find that link. But certainly you can also use the delivery listserv to ask if anybody's seen, the MIA material. But it is, it would be, that would be the way to go about that process. So you do want to keep track of what is going through van.
All right. Anybody? All right, let's talk about bags. Woo! Um, bags. We've got them. We'll get you started with some. When you start, I'll try to pull together at least a handful to send to each of your libraries. So you'll have starting. But if you have something immediately that needs to go, you can use a bubble mailer. Just make sure you're using the van delivery labels that are available on the website on the contact page, because that's the key thing. You got to have the right label with the right number on it. So Stat can sort these and get them where they're going. So they have their special codes that they work with, and it makes it all run a lot smoother. So make sure you're using the current labels. So we have different sizes. Oh, sorry. Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say they're canvas bags with a zip,
Yep.
and they'll have a window in it for the label. And there's like 3 different sizes, I think, small, medium,
Yeah, yep.
large. And that's what you would put in a tote, and that's what gets put. How many books?
It depends on the book, how many books in a bag. Some books are
It
big, some books are little.
it also
Um,
depends on how many are going to a particular library. 1 bag per library that you're sending through the van service, because that's how they're going to get sorted, is by the bag.
yeah. The
Stat,
stat does
Stat's
not
not going
open
to
the
open.
bag.
Yeah, Stat doesn't open the bags. So
So,
that's why you want to make sure your bag is labeled. If you have enough material to fill a tote, you can label the tote and seal the tote with zip ties. And then that whole tote will go to that one library that's put on the front, on the top of the tote. But generally speaking, you're going to want to put your material and that it's going to one library in a bag, label the bag, put it in the tote.
okay. Best practices for bag packing. You know, with books, you're probably, I wouldn't worry about books. Those are really sturdy bags. They are sort of weatherproof. They're not perfect, but they do a pretty good job. When you're talking about media, when you're talking about audiobooks, when you're talking about DVDs, you want to pack those carefully. You can use bubble mailers, you can use cardboard to wrap around them. You can use bubble wrap. You want to give them some padding. These bags are getting sorted, and I mean, they're getting sorted. They're tossing them in totes, and and then they're putting them in totes. It's a lot like USPS. Sometimes you get a banged up package. So, if you don't want broken cases and things, you really want to give a little extra care to audiovisual materials. Okay?
And I will say, one of the things we ask drivers, sorters, and library staff is to not overpack your tote. Make sure the tote can close on its own without having to push on it to lock it in place, because that's where a lot of damage will happen too. It's just an overloaded tote puts pressure on the material.
Right. And we'll get into totes in a minute. Uh, so if you obviously we've touched on this many times already, but you need bags, go to the listserv. Post your requests. Your fellow libraries will share what they have. And damaged bags, send them to MSL. You stick them in a good bag with you can put an elastic around and put a little note, this is damaged. And we'll put it to the side. It won't go back into circulation. So that's about it for bags. Anybody have any more questions about bags? You can always come back to us later too, if you think of something later. Okay, totes. All right. Purpose of the totes is to put bags in the totes. And the totes, that's how things are delivered. They're put in the totes. They're dropped off at your location in a tote. You can put stuff back in. You can send your outgoing stuff in the tote. The driver will pick up the tote and put it back in their truck.
Hey, Amy,
Yeah, go ahead.
Holly was Vanna Whiting a bag.
Oh, we didn't get to see that.
Sorry,
Sorry, Holly.
I just ran out back to go get some, but when you're wondering what these bags look like,
right.
That's what these are. This is the biggest one that we have.
Woo! There's the label sleeve. You guys can see that. A lot of them are stamped with various consortia that belong to van delivery, like Minerva bags and Mills bags and Ursus bags. So yeah, they're all fancy. Some of them don't have anything on them, but they all have the label sleeve. So they're
And they're
that's where
different
your labels
colors
go.
sometimes, so don't worry if you get a different color. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean anything.
No,
Yeah,
it doesn't. You use what you got, right? You got a bag, use it.
From Whitefield?
What's that? Yeah.
Can I ask a question from Whitefield?
Absolutely.
Our numbers aren't more than you can count on one hand in a week.
Okay.
If we only have one bag, can just the bag be loose, or do we always use a tote?
You want to put it in a tote.
Okay.
They'll consolidate the drivers and the warehouses. They will consolidate
Mhm.
things as they need to, but just to keep things
Nothing loose.
right, nothing
Yeah.
loose because you don't want it to get damaged. The totes offer protection.
I
Yeah.
understand.
Depending on the driver, they may
Oh,
just drop a bag off.
Yep.
They may if you wanna it depends when you're picking a location for the delivery to exchange to take place, as long as the materials are in that location, that's where they're going to drop stuff off. That's, where you'll pick stuff up. Um, we recommend one tote per exchange, but sometimes the drivers are limited in their capacity for totes. So they may just have a bag that they drop off instead. We
Yeah.
don't recommend it. We don't ask them to do it, but sometimes,
Yeah.
necessity. So,
Yeah, you can see John's response in the chat.
yep,
Um,
exactly. I wouldn't leave a
Sometimes you
bag
can
out.
talk to the driver and they'll just take a bag. Like if you want to hang on to your tote, if you think you
Mhm.
might have more going out the next time.
It's just sometimes though they show up like depending on who the driver is, they might
Mm-hmm.
hit your route before you're even open,
Mm-hmm.
and you might have to leave them a key. So obviously you can't negotiate with the driver at 5
Right.
a.m. or 6
True.
a.m. or whenever they come by. But if
Mm-hmm.
they're there at 11 and you just have one bag, you could just say, hey, there's only one bag in this tote. Is it okay if you
Mm-hmm.
just take this? Because they're trying to maximize tote space in their vehicles anyways.
We have no outside drop-off pickup point. This is Julie at Madison. We are open 9 to 5:30. If we are closed, will we have to wait until next week? I don't know.
So,
How would you handle that, Kim, Beth?
So, uh, I mean, first you got to see when they're coming.
Right.
I hope that's enough of an open, I think that's enough of a time frame,
I do
depending on
too.
if you're not on the end or the very beginning, because they start at 7 a.m., maybe even earlier, and they can go until like 6 or 7 at night sometimes, depending. So I would wait and see, but if it seems to be that they're coming when you're closed, I would work out, to having an alternative, like if you have a vestibule that you can have
No,
unlocked.
we have 8 granite steps and an unenclosed
Door.
kind of foyer at the top and then a door.
Well, okay.
And we have an alarm system,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a 120-year-old building,
Mm-hmm.
and we're a municipal department, so our town office opens at 7:30 and closes at 4.
Mm-hmm.
So we could have the municipal department as an alternate drop
Mm-hmm.
site, but if they come before 7:30, then that's not going to be helpful either. I can't imagine that they would
Yeah.
be here before.
I don't,
I
yeah,
mean, it's Somerset County. I can't imagine. I don't know where they're coming from, but
I mean, there are other libraries around you that they service.
So,
So,
yeah, it might be good to kind of source when everybody around you is getting pickup.
give a
Like
call
you
to
could ask
Skowhegan.
Skowhegan.
Yeah.
Yeah, when about I don't think you've got a
yeah,
good long day there. So I
yeah.
really I don't anticipate you're gonna have an issue, Julie, but
Okay, great. Thank you, Amy.
yeah, no problem. But if something crops up, use that feedback form.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't worry, I will.
All right.
Yeah, good.
Okay. Let me see. Acceptable items. Well, that's pretty much just about everything except really delicate things. You do not want to send LP
Vinyl.
records.
Vinyl, yeah, records, yeah.
Don't send cake. Don't put food.
And you may not want to send one of a kind, valuable, like,
Right. No dead
item.
or live animals, you know.
Nothing hazardous, please.
Right. Don't send children. But anything you don't want to take a chance damaging. You know.
Oh,
I mean, certainly your books and stuff are valuable too, but I mean, there is a, cost of doing business, the sharing piece. If you want to share, there's always a chance, but those items are usually those move back and forth fine. It's those rare and exceptionally delicate items, like your vinyl records, like your, um, anything you can wrap up really securely is probably fine. Um, I just wouldn't recommend LP records. I've had them go through Van before, and we just go, no, you shouldn't do this. Maybe mail these, huh? Because they are so delicate. So, but most everything travels fine, especially if you're doing your due diligence and especially, like with DVDs and audiobooks, making sure they're packaged with a little extra care, the bubble wrap, the cardboard, whatever you want to use. I will say that again, if you're out of bags, you can use bubble mailers. You can use boxes provided they fit inside a tote. So no giant boxes. But if it's a small book size box or, as long as it fits inside a tote, you can use that. So there's always a backup option. Requesting empty totes, those you want to request through the feedback form. Uh, we don't hold bags. Libraries, we hold bags. We don't hold totes.
Yeah, there you go.
Stat has the totes. So Stat will be providing totes, not us. We don't have the warehouse space to store towers of totes. So you want to use the feedback form to request totes when you need them. Damaged totes, you want to let Stat know. I think you can just let your driver know when they show up, but if you want to report it on the feedback form, do so
You
and
can
let them
also,
know.
yeah, it's if you have the facility the capacity to dispose of the damaged tote, feel free to dispose of it. If you don't have that ability, then mark on the tote that it's damaged when you and then leave it for pickup. But you do have the authority to discard a tote if you feel like it should never be used again.
We do. Oh, yeah. We put a little thing, and we send them out to sea, and they burn. With like a Viking
I didn't know
funeral.
if it was like a flag. You can't just
Right.
throw out a flag. I don't know if a tote was the same way.
Ah, no.
I
I
have
think they
another,
go in the dumpster.
have another question from Whitefield.
Sure.
We have no bags. We have no totes. We're brand new starting up.
Sure.
How do I get those to start up?
Well, hopefully the first week you might not have bags immediately. So in which case you can use the bubble mailers. Um, but you want to use the van delivery labels.
Yes.
We will try to have Stat give you a tote when they first stop by.
Good.
Okay, so you'll have one to go. And if you have stuff to go, he'll just take it and put it in a tote. If you need extra totes from what you have on hand, use the feedback form.
Okay.
But hopefully they're going to provide you with the tote. That's what's supposed to happen on your
You
first drop off.
You
Good.
should get 2 totes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I will try to get bags out as soon as we can to you. So I'll get you started with maybe 10.
Yeah.
And then if you need more than that,
Just ask.
that's when you post it to the listserv.
Okay, but you'll
Say,
give
I
us
need.
an initial supply.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna get you a starter pack.
Yes.
Well, I will send out a starter pack when we have new libraries join. So, you might not have them the first week, but you will have them. So.
In Madison Public Library, Julie, yes, what people are saying in the chat, feel free to hold on to a couple extra totes if you get them. If you have empty totes that you want to just put them out with the rest of your things and they'll collect them. If you have more than your normal amount of pickup, like you normally do 1 tote or 2 totes a week, but now you have like 8 totes, put that in the feedback form because they need to know they need that extra space for all your totes. They may not be able to do it all in one go. So always good to let the driver know ahead of time if you have more than normal totes to pick up.
Kim, I'm gonna let you take the labels because you're the
Oh,
label
thank you.
master now.
Well, so the purpose of the labels is to let STAT know where those materials are going. We don't differentiate between lending and borrowing library and with the holding library. So you just want to make sure that the label that you're using is the most up to date and off of our website. We don't recommend handwritten labels at all. The goal is to make sure the materials get to where they are going in the shortest amount of time possible. You're only 1-day libraries, you don't want it to go, 2 or 3 weeks longer than it should because of a label mishap. So,
Can I jump in here?
oh yeah.
Be aware, there are some very similarly named libraries on van delivery. We've got 2 Carries. You want to make sure if you're sending something to Holton, you're pulling the Cary Library Holton. And then we also have Cary Memorial Library in Wayne, for instance. So you want to make sure you're pulling the right one. Plus,
Yes.
we have like 15 W libraries. We have like,
Yep.
I don't know how many B libraries,
Yep.
just always be
Double
careful.
check.
Yeah.
Please. Yeah, please double check. Anything that STAT can't figure out goes to us. And then we have to figure it out, and that's a delay in time. So I can't stress how important to double check your label to make sure you didn't, dyslexic, switch the numbers in the root. Each label has the library name, the town that library's in, and then the code for that library. It's a 3-letter hyphen 3-digit. And so,
Stat specific. It's
yeah.
stat specific. It's to help them direct and
There,
sort.
so we might have a 13 and a 31. So just make sure that that it is correct. Yep, the label that when you go to the website and you go to the participating page, it'll be a full page of like 6 labels, and then you can just cut them and it will fit the window. I made sure that they were the window size.
I'm going to show it right now.
Okay.
Sorry, everybody. You can keep talking while I'm.
Oh,
yeah.
So, and the size of the font for the label of the library, the 3-letter and the 3-number code is as big as it needs to be. They wanted it that large of a size. That's why we're saying no handwritten. If we ask that you not make your own and just print out.
So print a
what we have
batch
provided.
and then double check to make sure you have the right label.
Yeah. So here's the website. Click on the link. It's a PDF that you open. So you can see the lines are right there. It'll be the correct size.
Yeah.
And these codes do not change.
Yeah, they shouldn't change. I do wonder, I know Dorothy Fish was on previously.
Yeah.
They had a code, but I think another library came in after they left. So I think they acquired that number. So I think Dorothy Fish will have a different number. So
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
And back to the PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Like the PowerPoint.
If you think that if you receive materials in your tote that is not for your library, put in a feedback form and to let them know that they will ask you, was the bag mislabeled or was the tote mislabeled? So try to provide that kind of information so they can kind of pinpoint maybe where the mistake happened. If it was in the sorting process or if it was in, with the driver, within the route. You don't actually need to know that level, but that's why it's always good to provide as much information as you can when you're discussing, like when you're telling them that you received the wrong materials, they're going to ask, how do you know it was?
And
It
I
was.
did
Sorry.
want to go say something about the stat sortation facility. It is in Scarborough, and so materials all make it down to Scarborough. They do a nightly line haul where they pick materials up from two other locations in Maine and bring them down to Scarborough, and then they sort them, and then they go back out across the state. So Kimberly and I have been to the sortation facility. It's pretty cool. It's in a nice warehouse, and they have three sorters. That's all they do is they sort the bags. They have bins set up for each library, and they just open the totes. They sort the bags. They do not open the bags. And then when the drivers come by to pick everything up, it's all ready for them to go. So that's sort of how that works.
And the drivers, they're picking up from neighboring libraries as well as dropping off to you. So it is possible that a mix-up can occur where you get somebody else's incoming material in your outgoing. It can happen. If it looks like it's a tote full of all kinds of different libraries at bags, that's probably what happened. And if you put the feedback form in fast enough, the driver may be able to turn around and come back and collect it. So it's all about helping each other out and communicating and, to try to make it as smooth as possible. So if you have any questions about labels, please let me know.
Okay.
Yes, all things communication.
Feedback form, feedback form, feedback form. That comes to us. It goes to stat, but it also comes to us. So we're seeing everything. And so we can know what's going on. Also, communicating with your fellow van libraries, the listserv. So, um, and then, of course, there is an edit library information form if you have a change of staff, if you have a change of hours, if you have a change of contact person, use that form to let us know. We can get that arranged on our website and it lets stat know.
Actually, the edit form only
Only
goes to
comes to us,
only comes to
correct.
us.
But, we make sure that
But
everybody
yes,
who
if it's
needs
something
to know
stat
the
needs to know,
change, right?
yeah, we'll send it along.
And
but yeah.
also your phone and email if they change.
Correct.
Please do this.
All right. Holiday, all state holidays. There's no delivery. We have a list of state holidays somewhere on our website.
Should be on the LibGuide, right?
It should be on the LibGuide. Uh, Absolutely. When we get into winter months, there can be delays due and closures. If you are going to be closed and
If you
you
can
know
give them
you're
a day's notice. that would be
Right.
wonderful.
Ideally, but I know some of you don't know until the morning of, like the town is shutting us
Yeah.
down. So, um, report it as soon as you can, and we'll deal with it as best we can, and so will stat. And if stat's not going to run, we will let you know because they let us know. So, um, so that's all you can do is just do your best to let them know as soon as possible. But if you're even if you think like I'm pretty sure we'll be closed tomorrow, but they haven't called it, you can always make an executive decision then, I guess, if you want to get your delivery or not. But the way to do that is to fill out that feedback form as soon as you can. A missed delivery, absolutely. Fill out the feedback form. Let them know. They might be able to arrange a makeup time, a makeup run, uh, and they want to know, like, if your driver didn't show up, for whatever reason.
But I
Um,
think if 50% or a certain percentage of a route cancels, closes due to weather, they will close the whole route.
mhm.
So that's also something to keep in mind too, that you might get a email or a phone call. They do tend to call. So if you have limited hours, in it, you may want to just check voicemail for stat communications the day before your delivery, just to make sure that you catch everything. Because sometimes they'll be like, going to do a makeup day, and they may not communicate it until the day before. So, or the same day. We've had that before where library was closed, and so they did the makeup day, but the library never knew that that day was their makeup day because they missed the voicemail saying it. So, um, I guess I would just be mindful of that and to communicate with the feedback form if you're expecting a makeup day to make sure that you do make that connection with them to verify the day.
Okay. And missing or damaged items. Yes. Hey. Um, we is that feedback form? Did you say, Kim? I've been out of the loop on the missing and damaged.
Oh, they have a claim form. I would certainly do a feedback form, report
Hmm.
it so we also know about it. But then there is also a link on the LibGuide to submit a claim if you believe the item was damaged in transit or an item is missing that was in transit. And then they will go through the claim process with you.
It's just like UPS. Sometimes things go astray. And but I think probably SNAT is a little bit more responsive than UPS is, USPS is. So and
Another thing I'll mention is, as well as alerting stat if you're closed for bad weather, alert stat if you're going to be closed for whatever reason.
yeah.
And as far ahead as possible. So for instance, if you know you're getting, you're going to be closed next Wednesday, and that's when your delivery day is for whatever reason, let them know. Sometimes building emergencies happen the day of. You get to work and there's a plumbing emergency and you've got to close the library, send a feedback form. Hopefully it'll be in time so your delivery doesn't happen. And if it does happen, it's not the end of the world. But do please try to make an effort to cancel that if possible, as soon as possible.
So one of the things that's, likely in a small library like ours is that there's nothing coming or going in a given week. So how does that, I mean, do we still, do we put out an empty tote? Do we not, do we alert someone that the driver doesn't need to stop? What's the procedure for things like that?
I
Well,
think you can. Sorry, go ahead, Kim. Go ahead.
they are contractually obligated to go to your location on your delivery day every week.
Okay.
If you don't expect anything, you don't have anything for them to pick up, you can always put a feedback form in and say that you don't need a delivery this week. You can cancel your delivery. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It just make sure there's a record of it so that way I can track it and make sure that, don't get billed for it. So, but there's nothing, there's no problem not having anything.
Mm-hmm.
You've paid for the service, you're getting a delivery once a week. There's no harm or problem in not having anything.
You order books the same way you always have because this isn't a new ILL system. This is a facilitating your ILL.
Okay, so I sorry so right
Yeah,
now when we order books, we've just been ordering books through the Bangor Public Library.
correct. And you'll want to keep on keeping on with that. So
Okay, so
that doesn't change. It's
okay,
the way they're going to get to you now or
okay,
leave your library. That changes. It's all transit. It's not a new system. It's a
okay,
system of transit, but not
okay.
requesting. Okay?
All right, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I mean, there's going to be some growing pains for everybody, I'm sure.
Well,
But that's the way it is for everybody. So don't sweat it.
no
Um,
worries, Amy.
and
We'll figure it out.
okay, just let us know if there are any problems, if they're not showing up, if you're out of bags, remember, listserv. And if you need a tote, um, the feedback
But
form,
yeah, so once you get the bags, you're just going to be putting your books in there. If somebody's requested one of your books, and you label it to the library that requested that book. And then if you have books coming in, they're going to be coming in those totes, in those bags with your label on it when you receive them.
Mhm.
So
That's
I,
it.
Okay.
I have two quick points about the Whitefield Library. We're not in the system where we're in the database so that we can't loan to other libraries. We'll just be receiving, but we
Mhm.
should be listed on with printout label forms that is not yet on there, I see.
no, I haven't added them. I haven't added you guys yet to it because it doesn't start till July 1st. So we
Thank you.
don't want anybody to print labels early because then they're going to be
You're
stuck in
you're
a
way
limbo.
ahead of me.
All right.
But yes,
And I will return to using the form on the Maine State Library to request a book.
That's correct.
And
Yep.
then you act as sort of a go-between for us to put it
Correct.
to the library.
Yep.
Excellent. Thank you.
Same old, same old. With
All
the
right.
requesting. The
Yeah.
only difference is the transit. So,
Okay.
all right. Beth, do you want to take the administration piece?
And Kimberly as well.
Yeah.
So every spring we have what we call the open enrollment period. And that's where any library that is currently participating can drop or add a day or drop or add the service altogether. And then next, you've already been through this. Thank you for your help. This is something that Kimberly oversees, which is every year we do ask every participating library to sign an MOU. And that just sort of clarifies everyone's role and your fee as well. And so since you've just been through that, I won't say a whole lot unless Kimberly wants to say something. Also, you can speak to the billing.
yeah, everybody I believe on this call has signed their MOU and are good to go, which is wonderful. There's a good resource if you have questions, look through that, make sure you understand the expectations of all three ages, your institution, the Maine State Libraries, and stats roles. And if you have any questions about that, please feel free to email us. And using the LibGuide as well as a resource. And as far as billing, so yeah, Maine InfoNet will send out invoices for the whole year, and it should be the same amount as you received on the MOU. It's stated on the MOU how much the service will be for the year, and that will come sometime in October. I believe is when they try to send them out. And then if you have any billing questions, let us know, let Beth know or I, and we'll see what we can do to figure out what happened if there's an issue that doesn't match what you were expecting.
And now we've already gone over our hour, but we had a lot to cover. And I'm going to stop sharing here. Although I think here is I'll leave this up for a moment and then I'll stop sharing. And I'll also, I'm going to share the feedback form too, so you can, and the LibGuide, so you can kind of see what those look like. But here's all of our contact information. And if Holly, Allie, and John want to share your information too, you can do so in the chat. But we are always here to help.
Maybe we can, Beth, do you want to go to the feedback form?
Yep.
And we can kind of just walk through it if people have time for that.
Absolutely. I will bring up the LibGuide. So here is the LibGuide. And a lot of what we've just told you is also here in text. So we have this, so these are all tabbed here. So you can go to these different tabs. But we'll start here on best practicing. So this is pretty much what we just went over. The packaging and the labeling and the communication is here.
With links.
But here, yes, here's what we want to go to. The important forms right here. So here is the all-important feedback form. This is the one you're going to use by far the most. So we will take a look at this.
And you can bookmark. You can bookmark it.
I recommend bookmarking once you find these because you'll never find them again. No, I'm just. But if anyone's been to the Maine State Library website, it's a little labyrinthine. So bookmark, bookmark, bookmark.
Yeah. So it's a very simple form. There's this little drop-down menu here you can use, but if nothing fits in here, you can also just do other.
That's where I request totes. Other.
So if you want to request totes, you'd click other, and then in here, it's also helpful if you can specify how many totes you need instead of we need totes. You can say, please have the driver send 2 totes, or we need 4 totes, or however many you need. It does help to specify the number if you can. And if you don't know, aim high, and that's fine. Yeah. Or you might say, we're supposed to get our delivery Tuesday. It's now Wednesday morning. We never got our delivery. And whatever it is that your issue is, you can just type it in here. And then just hit I'm not a robot and send, and that will automatically go to both Stat and State Library.
Yes, we need to make sure you're not a robot.
Yes.
Incidentally, it thought I was a robot for like 5 minutes this morning.
Oh, wow.
I don't know how many pictures of traffic lights I had to click on, but not fun.
Plain form. Yeah, that's a good one too to look at.
Yeah.
So this is Stat's form. So we at MSL do not see this. This goes directly to Stat. So if you just fill this out and don't do a feedback form and don't let us know, we have no record of this. So this is for lost and damaged materials. You may not have all of this information, and that's okay. Just do the best you can. This is Stat's generic form. So they have a lot of customers all over the country, and so some of them operate differently. So just fill out the information that you know, and it's okay to leave things blank.
I would say that control number, trip number is probably your code, your location code. So
Okay.
it's BAN or POR
Mhm.
hyphen your number. I bet that's what it is.
And then the item description. If you have pictures, like this is particularly if it's damaged. So if you get a book that is wet or damaged
Torn.
or damaged in some media that's damaged in some way, and you can take a picture, do that, and then upload it there. That's very helpful with damaged materials.
If you walk up to your tote and it's outside and it's wet, or you open the tote and you see standing water, immediately get a picture of it.
Yep.
Because they're not supposed to leave it in, it's supposed to be protected.
And this happens very rarely. We don't mean to scare you,
Yeah.
but it does happen on occasion. So it's best to be prepared.
And how about the labels? Let's show them the labels again.
The labels again. Okay. So
Yeah,
here.
this one's for Andrew.
Yep.
And this is another one to bookmark.
Yep.
Oh.
So this is the spreadsheet.
The spreadsheet.
Oh, the
So
spreadsheet.
got it.
So we do have a spreadsheet with the codes on them. If you want to type them out yourself.
But
we would prefer that you would to use the labels we have, so that way you know it's going to be the correct size and just limits the amount of
But if you
potential.
insist on it, if you want to print off stickers or something, stick to a similar format as the ones we provide.
So here's what we consider approved and not approved material.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't send money. Oh my gosh.
Don't send money or checks. But it is okay not to send things other than like regular library materials, as long as it fits in the tote.
Right. If you have promotional materials, newsletters, or a poster you want somebody to have, that's fine. As long as it fits in a tote or fits in a bag, it's fine.
Yep. Absolutely. Oh,
So,
and here's the list of holidays. So these are the state holidays. I noticed a mistake. This is supposed to be Friday, July 3rd.
Right.
But this is always here. So these are, again, there's no delivery service on these state holidays. And whenever there is a state holiday, please don't use a feedback form to tell staff you're closed, because
they're not running anyway.
They're not running anyway. So there's no need to do that, and it just kind of clogs up their inbox.
Yeah. But do when you're closed for another reason.
Yeah.
Always fill out the feedback form.
Yep.
So where is the participating libraries?
Is that on the LibGuide?
It's back on the website.
Okay.
So I'll try to fix that. It's hard because it shoots you back because we don't have a way to do the form yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll send you all these links because I know this is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
I know. So here's the list.
And every library has a little link for print. See, Abbott Memorial, print Abbott labels. So there's your labels.
Can you show like a Bangor or like
she had one
Cary, do like Cary and Cary Memorial.
So
you
here's
can
Cary
see.
Library in Holton. Cary Memorial Library in Wayne. It's very confusing. And we won't even get into the Thomas Thompson.
And Brown. We have
and
Brown Memorial. We have Brownville. We have Brownfield. Brooksville.
Do we have Brownfield? Brownfield,
yes.
We do. And Brownville, Brownfield. Make sure you know which Brown you're
Bye,
sending
Allie.
to.
So
And just a tip, so here in Bangor, we actually made, so there's the two carries. We made one of the carries a completely different color also.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
that's a
Different
great
from
idea.
all the other ones. So that was the one that kept tripping us up.
Yeah, yeah.
So here we
Oh
have
yeah,
I
Thomas.
appreciate that.
yeah.
I'm sure Holton does too.
So here we have Thomas College, Thomas Memorial Library, Thomaston Public Library, Thompson Free Library,
Yeah,
Topsom Public Library. It's very confusing.
yeah. All right.
And then there's Unity Environmental Library and Unity Public Library. So there are lots that are very similar.
Mm, that's always a good, whatever works for you,
Yeah.
trying to keep track.
Like if you're only going to send things to Bangor, you don't need to really worry about the other
Yeah.
labels too.
Yeah.
Print them as needed
Yeah.
to start, and then
Definitely.
you'll have
Yep.
extras on hand, but I certainly wouldn't start running off all the labels at once.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, there we go. Anybody have any additional questions? And you can always,
A lot.
reach out to us again if some crop up later in the day or later,
Mhm.
in the next 2 weeks before you start, and even after. We're always available.
Mhm.
We've thrown a lot of information at you, but when you actually
Yeah.
are there doing this for the first time, it's totally different. So
Yes.
Bye, Julie.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey.
well, thank you so much, and we'll get this recording out to you and send us questions. We're glad you're joining the service.
We are
Thank you.
too.
You too. Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.